Hi, my name is Ray, and I'm from Virginia. Please like and subscribe. My parents were pretty famous singers back in their time, so when I grew up, I became one too. But Mom and Dad had an accident when I was only 6, and ever since then, my uncle and aunt took care of me. Both of them spoiled me to bits and always supported me in everything, especially in my singing career. By the time I was 14, I was already doing huge shows and concerts, and it kept me so busy that I always wondered what normal stuff like making friends and going to school would be like. But suddenly, my life took a wild turn on my 15th birthday. Just as I entered my room, I saw my auntie going through Mom's stuff. What are you doing in here? Hey, honey, happy birthday. I was just missing your mom so much today. Came to see these pictures and stuff that belong to her. I hope you don't mind. Aw, thanks, auntie. And of course not. This belongs to you as much as it belongs to me. After that, she got me to sign some papers for my upcoming show and hugged me tight. We have the greatest surprise party for you, sweetie. You're gonna love it. And it was actually awesome. It was my biggest concert ever, and I was gonna sing in front of my biggest live audience. I was jumping with excitement backstage, and that's when I heard the most shocking thing of my life. Now that we have my cunning sister's real will, and we got that orphan brat to sign the property papers, everything will be ours, honey. Yeah, and all that money she's gonna make, we'll bite on that too. We're gonna be so rich. OMG, who were these people? I pushed the curtain aside and confronted them. You blood-sucking mosquitoes! I can't believe you'd be so greedy and evil. You're gonna what? There's nothing you can do now. We are the freaking owners of everything. Your money, your life, and your soul. Yes, sir, and now you're gonna make more money for us, so get your butt on that stage and do what you trained for. No, there's no way. I'm not gonna do anything you guys say. That's enough. I'm not asking. I'm giving you an order. Security, watch over this room and don't let her out until the show starts. Oh, God, no. I tried to kick her with all my might, but that witch got away. And now I was gonna be trapped in this room with 2 Hulks standing outside keeping an eye on me. I had to do something. I looked at the window in the room, and without a thought, I climbed out of it. I had to run away from these evil people at all costs. But just as I was climbing down, my hand slipped and I fell on something. Ah, my back. I'm so sorry. The guy looked at me super stunned, but he finally spoke. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm Noah, super crazy fan. I've heard all of your songs 1,000 times. Suddenly the guards heard me and they were running down to catch me. I didn't have any time for the introduction, but he had a bike. Get me out of here, now! What? He looked shocked and I didn't have time to explain, so I just kissed him and told him to get me out of here. He went into shock for a few seconds, but then he held me and got me on his bike and we rode off. In no time, we were far away from my evil aunt and her potato head husband. After some time, he stopped and he turned around to me. Is everything okay? Why did you run? Should I call someone? His name was Noah, and he was actually a year younger than me. I told him everything that had happened, and then he offered me his place to stay. What? Are you sure? Yeah, I live with my mom, and you can stay with me. Us, as long as you want. Honestly, I had no other place to go, and I ran from a freaking concert. I didn't want the media or my aunt to find me, so I said yes, and Noah took me to his house. We climbed into his room through the window so his mom wouldn't see us. Once inside, he got me all the food in the house and kept looking at me like I was some kind of alien. What's wrong? Do I have something on my face? I just can't believe you're here, in my room. This is like... I pinched him hard and he squealed loudly. Now do you believe me? Ouch! Okay, I do. And we both burst out laughing. Later, when it was time to sleep, Noah offered me his bed and went to sleep on the floor. Oh God, he was so cute. But the next morning when I woke up, I was startled to see Noah staring at me. What the heck, dude? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. I was just leaving for school and Mom will go to work. She's a lawyer, so you have the home to yourself. Make yourself comfy, okay? He then got me breakfast and a pair of clothes which were obviously his and left. But the next morning, as Noah was getting ready for school, I had a crazy idea. I want to go to school and see what a normal school life looks like. Will you take me? And he straight away denied. No, what if someone sees you? It's too dangerous for you to step out like this. What? So I was again a prisoner? No way! After he went downstairs, I sneaked into his mom's room and borrowed some wigs and some makeup, and then I followed him to school. And public school was nothing like I had imagined. The kids were coming in on buses or bicycles, and everyone minded their own business. That was so freaking awesome. But then I saw a bunch of guys surrounding Noah, and one of them was holding him by his collar. I thought you'd stay at home after the butt kicking I gave you yesterday, nerd. Next time when I ask you to do my homework, don't you dare refuse. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. Sure, I'll do that. But before that, you'll have to lick my shoes. Seriously? I couldn't hold it back anymore. I marched up to him and punched him hard in the face. Oh my God, what are you doing here? Oh, and who is this you got with you, Noah? Your sister? 'Cause I didn't think a scaredy cat like you can get a girl. Ha! He sure can, and here I am. 'Cause you see, he ain't a giant crybaby who has to pick on others to satisfy his tiny ego, and that's why I love him. And then I kissed him again. The guy looked raging mad after this, and he turned to hit me when Noah came in and took the hit. Noah, are you okay? Just then, seeing some of the teachers coming our way, the bullies ran away. And I didn't want to be caught either, so I took Noah's hand and ran too. Wait, what are you doing here? This was crazy. You're crazy. Why didn't you tell anyone you were being bullied? And why did you come in between? Because he was gonna hurt you. You didn't have to save me, you dummy. Look at that. It's gonna hurt. But don't you worry. I'm gonna make those jerks pay for what they did. What do you mean? I showed him the phone camera I had on all this time and recorded whatever those jerks did. Later, Noah showed it to the principal, and those jerks were suspended for 2 weeks. Later that night, I went downstairs to get some ice for Noah's bruises, but just as I picked up the ice tray, I freaked out to see Noah's mom right behind me. Goodness gracious, where did you come from? Suddenly, Noah came running downstairs screaming, Mom, listen to me. I can explain. You better. I didn't want to complicate things, so I told her everything and begged her to let me stay. Just a few more days, and then I'll go back, I promise. She melted and agreed, but Noah had to sleep in the living room, which he was totally fine with. This guy was winning my heart like anything. The next day, Noah's friends were throwing him a huge party for getting into the basketball team, and he asked me to tag along. This was gonna be awesome. When we reached there, Noah and I danced to my favorite song and partied so hard. This is the best day ever. I'm so happy you got onto the team. Yeah, I think I made it 'cause I got my good luck charm. Oh, your good luck charm? The bully guys from school. What were they doing here? How about you share this babe with us too, Noah? What are you even doing this evening, sweetheart? Want to go out with a real player? I was gonna poke my fingers right into his eyes this time. But before I could do that, Noah kicked him hard and he fell to the ground. Both of them broke into a fight and I had to pull Noah apart from him. But Noah looked raging mad. Stay away from my girl or I'm gonna kill you. Whoa, this girl. I was blushing so hard. Noah took my hand and we were about to leave when the bully got up and pulled me by my hair. My wig. It came off and everyone gasped as they saw me. Ray! It's Ray, the music superstar! Within seconds, everyone had their phones up and were taking pictures of me. Oh, shoot. Noah put his hoodie over me and rushed me out of there, but I was terrified now. My aunt was gonna know about me. As soon as we reached home, I hugged him tight. I don't want to go. I can't, Noah. Don't worry, Ray. I won't let them take you, I promise. But minutes later, someone barged into the front door, and it was none other than my aunt and uncle with loads of paparazzi and a huge crowd gathered behind them. My darling niece, thank God I found you. I've been worried sick. Come, let's go home. Get away from me. I'm not going anywhere with you. And you already have everything. You made me sign those papers and all my money. You have it. What do you want now? You little witch, shut up and get in the car. Do you know all the record and concert deals worth billions that we'll lose? What's happening here? What papers? Noah's mom came in and pulled me to her side, and then I told her everything. Oh my God, why would you do that to your own blood? 'Cause it was easy to trick a trusting moron like her into signing whatever we wanted. Ugh, I don't have time for this chit-chat. We're still her legal guardians, and I'm taking her with me. Not anymore. Say cheese. Apparently, Noah had been live streaming the whole thing since the moment my wicked uncle and aunt had stepped inside, and the media outside was going crazy to bash them now. No. This can't be happening. I'm gonna kill you. My aunt tried to get a hold of my arm, but I pushed her away. She turned into a witch, but thankfully, Noah's mom had already called the cops, and they got there just in time. After everyone went away, I turned to Noah and I hugged him tight. Thank you so much for everything. His cheeks went all red. I want to say, oh, get in here. I pulled him in for a kiss and he swung me into the air. I love you. I love you too, dummy. Hi, I'm Dora. Please like and subscribe. I lived in New York with my single mom. Dad left us long ago, and ever since, Mom had to work really hard to support us both. I had a happy life, except when I was 4, I fell really sick once, and after I recovered, I'd lost hearing completely in one ear. Luckily, one of Mom's employers was an ear doctor, and she gave me a hearing aid that I could easily hide behind my hair. Mom had to work double shifts for months to pay for it, but when it was time for school, she put me in the best one in town. On the very first day as I walked in, I bumped straight into a girl and we both fell down. So did my hearing aid. Watch where you're going, loser face. I quickly picked up my hearing aid and ran off before the girl got up, but soon after she walked into my classroom. Her name was Claire, and she just kept glaring at me the whole time. Later that day at the cafeteria, she came to my table and banged her tray on it. This is my seat, Dumbo. Oh wait, what's that twinkling thing behind your hair? That's just a hearing aid. I have a... Ew! Didn't someone tell you this isn't the right school for kids with problems? With that, she suddenly pulled my hearing aid and threw it down on the floor. Just as she was about to stomp on it, a girl my age leapt out of nowhere and grabbed her leg. Don't you dare do that, you bully witch! Claire just kicked her off and laughed. Oh, how sweet. A poor girl defending a deaf girl? You two could complete each other. And do you think you scare me, idiot? As I was picking up my hearing aid, she pounced at me, but just then a boy stepped in and grabbed her hand. You should be scared, because the three of us can really kick your butt. They both pushed Claire away and sat near me. How sweet. That's how I first met the twins, Chris and Lisa, who soon became my best friends. Years passed, but since that day, Claire was our sworn enemy. She was such a pain in our butts, bullying us all the time. Luckily, I had Lisa and Chris by my side, and we had the best times together. One evening in 8th grade, I was just hanging out with the twins at their treehouse, and I was the last one to climb down the rope ladder. Just as I had started to, the rope suddenly snapped. I went screaming to the ground, but before I could hit it, Chris caught me. I got you. You're okay. Chris, you just saved my life. You're my hero. Just then my phone started ringing, and it was my mom. She was crying. I told Chris I had to go, and I ran home to find Mom in tears. She'd lost both her jobs, and she hadn't paid rent for months. I had no idea things were that bad. There's only one thing I can think of now. I'll have to call Mom. Mom? You mean I have a grandma? Mom then told me that Grandma had never wanted her to marry Dad, and when she did anyway, Grandma cut all ties with Mom. She probably hates me, and I don't know if she'll help, but I have to try. The next morning, when we took a cab to Grandma's place, I was amazed to see the size of it. It was a huge mansion. Grandma looked like she was a millionaire. We were led inside to an elegant, strict-looking woman who seemed shocked to see us. I thought she was going to start shouting, but instead she pulled me close and gave me a tight hug. Oh, how I've longed to see you. You're so beautiful and all grown up. Mom, I'm sorry I kept her away from you, but Grandma pulled her in too. We've been apart for way too long, darling, and I've been much too lonely. I'm sorry I was so stubborn too. I'm just so glad you're back. Wow, Grandma was cool. And just like that, my life completely changed. We moved into the mansion right away, and Grandma treated me like a princess. She took me and my mom to a fancy salon and then to amazing malls and restaurants. It was the best weekend of my life. The weekend just flew by, and it was time to get back to my own school. No, literally. Yeah, my grandma owned it. When I entered the school, everyone stood for a second to stare at me and the limo, and my classmates, their jaws dropped when they saw the different me. OMG, Dora, what have you done to your face and your hair? You look stunning. Yeah, right? It's all my grandma's doing, but I love it too. What do you think, Chris? Yeah, you look nice, but you always do. But just then, Claire walked past me and threw a whole bottle of ink on my new dress. Ugh, I lost it. I attacked her and pulled her hair really hard. Just then the teacher walked in and pushed Claire away, helping me up. Dora, are you all right? I'm sorry for this misbehavior. I'll have the principal suspend the girl immediately. And class, let this be a warning to everyone. Don't mess with Dora. Her family owns the school. Everyone went, ooh, as the teacher took Claire to the principal. That felt awesome. Of course, the first thing I did was invite Chris and Lisa to my new home, and they were awestruck. We had the most amazing time in the pool and an in-house movie theater. But soon enough, my popularity in school started rising too. I was suddenly being invited to all the cool kids' parties. People wanted to sit next to me at lunch, especially the boys. And I had to admit, I was enjoying it. A few weeks later on a school trip, I got onto the bus and looked around for Lisa, but she wasn't there. Just then, Claire called out to me, "Hey girl, I saved you a seat." I reluctantly sat down next to her. Look, I know we haven't always gotten along, but maybe it's time to change that. I've seen you in gym class, and you have some natural cheerleading talents, so just come and audition tomorrow, okay? I knew she was only being nice to me now because I was rich, but I'd always wanted to try out for cheerleading. I told her I'd audition, and just then, Lisa walked onto the bus. Seriously? You're sitting with the witch? You could have saved me a spot. Thanks for nothing. Hey, come on, that's kind of rude. Oh, was I rude to your new friend? Sorry. And with that, Lisa got off to sit in the other bus. Ugh, it took 2 days for us to make up after that. I was having fun being a cheerleader, but with the practices and the games and after parties, I got less and less time to hang out with Lisa and Chris. One day, I was sitting with them in the cafeteria when the most popular jock in school, Dave, slid right next to me and grinned. Hey, so I've got this awesome party at my place this Saturday. Think you could make it? You'll break my heart if you say no. You can bring your friends too, if you want. I said yes and turned to them excitedly, but Chris muttered he had to go somewhere and left, and Lisa glared at me and stormed off too. I followed her. Hey, what was that? Someone invites you to a party and that makes you mad? No, you make me mad. Flirting with that jerk and going to this stupid party this weekend? I mean, who are you? A few months ago, we were making fun of these rich, spoiled kids, and now you're one of them. Oh, really? What's bothering you, Lisa? That I'm rich or that I'm popular? That you're pretending to be someone you're not, and you can't even see who really cares about you? What is that supposed to mean? And I care about you guys. I want you to go with me. No thanks. You used to be pretty cool, and now I don't know who this pathetic loser is. What did you just call me? I pulled her back by her shirt and she started walking, and she turned around and attacked me. As we wrestled on the ground, Claire came running and pulled her off of me, but Lisa pushed her aside and left. And suddenly, I just felt really bad. Lisa and I had never fought like this before. I kept trying to call both her and Chris on Saturday, but neither of them replied. And then I was mad. So I went to the party that evening anyway. I was having a great time, especially since Dave was being so attentive and dancing with me. I went to use the bathroom, and when I returned, I found Dave with Claire and a few other kids, and they were talking about me. Listen, how long do I have to dance with the deaf girl? I mean, yeah, she's hot, but it's not like I'd ever date someone like her. I'd rather spend time with some other chick. Don't be a moron and ruin everything. I texted you the whole plan this morning. You dance with her. Then you take her out for a walk, and then we'll come in masks pretending to attack you both. And we'll blindfold her, take her to the school, and lock her in the janitor's closet. It's not that hard.
I don't know, man. Don't you think it's a bit much?
No, it'll be fun. We're not hurting her. It's just for the weekend. The janitor will find her first thing on Monday, but her rich grandma will go bonkers in the meantime. It'll probably be on the news. Or maybe we should hide her somewhere for longer and ask for reward money. Oh my God, what? Thanks for letting me in on your plan, you psycho. I'll make sure you all pay for this.
Babe, it was all Claire. I was telling her it's wrong. She wouldn't listen.
But I gave him a hard slap across the face as I ran off to my car. I could hardly believe it. But instead of going home, I told the driver to take me to Lisa's. She'd been right. I'd been a fool to think these people could ever be nice. I already had amazing friends, and I couldn't lose them. But when I reached their house, I nearly died when I saw balloons at the gate. Oh my God, it was the twins' birthday today. That's why she was extra mad at me. How could I have forgotten it? I found Chris sitting on the porch outside, and he didn't look happy to see me. Chris, I'm so sorry. I feel like such a fool. I should have never gone to the party. I can't believe I missed your birthday.
Dora, you don't have to be sorry. You're beautiful, rich, you're surrounded by the most popular guys, but I've loved you ever since I met you.
What? What did you just say?
You heard me just fine. I've tried telling you before too, but you just never took the hint. It's okay if you don't like me that way. I'm sure there are better guys out there for you, but you do need to start being a better friend again.
He got up and walked inside, leaving me in tears. He was the best guy. How could I have been so blind? The next day, our school was competing in a big baseball game, but I had something more important to do. Lisa was having some of her amazing photographs displayed in a small gallery, and I had to be there. As I was admiring a photo, I heard her behind me.
Wow, didn't expect to see you here. You're so good at missing things.
Also, isn't there a big game today?
What's the team gonna do without their star cheerleader?
I don't care. I'm just sorry for being a terrible friend, Lisa. You were right about everything. Those people are awful, and I was so stupid for not seeing that. I'm sorry for hurting you. Please forgive me. And let me join the cool kids club again? Lisa slowly grinned and then hugged me so hard I nearly fell down. And when I told her all about the party, she was angrier than I was. Oh my God, that witch is so gonna pay for it. The next day during the last lesson, the teacher walked in and said the principal was calling me, Lisa, and Claire into her office. Claire looked shocked as the three of us made our way. And sitting there already was Grandma and Dave. What's going on here? You said my grandma would go bonkers, Claire. And she really did when she found out about your plan to kidnap me. What are you talking about? What plan? Didn't you say you texted the whole plan to Dave? And with that, Lisa whipped out Dave's phone that she'd stolen from his locker earlier. And luckily, the moron hadn't deleted the text. The principal was horrified, and they were both immediately expelled. As Lisa and I jumped around and hugged, I said, "Just got one more thing to take care of now." I ran down the corridor to see Chris walking out of the school building, and I caught up to him. As he turned around, I put my arm around him and gave him a kiss.
Whoa, what was that?
I was just curious. Listen, can I ask you out for dinner this weekend? Without Lisa, of course.
I think I'd really like that, Dora.
And we kissed again.